How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another stream, another Skywalker Saga Q&A. I know these are every Sunday, but I cannot make this Sunday, and with the next stream after this being IGN FanFest, it's too big to not have a stream beforehand actually talking about the game, so that is why we are streaming tonight instead. How you doing, everyone? Good to see you. I believe, in terms of the complete saga here, I believe we're at the Death Star, which is the actual blowing it up part, which is a brilliant place to start, isn't it? In terms of missions. Let's see, yep, I remember that right. Rebel Attack, what a mission. How you doing, youngling? JW, General Grievous, Trenton, Tyler, how are you? Dr. Phil's buddy. G8, all in a nutshell. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you all. What am I going to start with? In terms of the poll, and make sure to vote in today's poll as well. What trilogy are you going to start with? I'm going to start with prequel, not only because it's my favourite, but I believe in going in chronological order. There's no problem with... I mean, I would expect the prequels and the originals to be the most common to start with, not because of the sequels that nobody likes them, because I know they have their fans, but just because there's a reason to start with the originals because they were the first that were made, and there's a reason to start with the prequels because it's chronologically first, and the sequels, unless they're your favourite, there's not really any other reason to start with them, so I can see them being the least picked for that reason. But yeah. How you doing, Super Shadow? Jake, how's it going? Marty, how you doing? At least decent, welcome. You think this is the best vehicle level? It's not like the worst, but it's not one of my favourites, admittedly. I mean, in terms of mechanics, because obviously I think the vehicle levels in this game suffer a lot with bad mechanics, this probably is one of the best, so you got a point there. How you doing, Trenton? Good to see you. If you're new, guys, like and subscribe, get your questions coming in, because 1 week today is IGN FanFest, where we are getting some Skywalker Saga news, whatever that may be. Might be a trailer, might be gameplay, might be both. And I'm looking forward to it. These streams are every Sunday, but I can't make tomorrow, and with the next stream after this being big news, I wanted the pre-stream where we talk about everything. So yeah, we'll be back to Sunday. Well, we'll be live next Saturday with IGN FanFest, and then we'll also be live next Sunday with the Q&A. Let me know how quality is as well, because I'm back up to 1080p now, as I think, keyword think, I've fixed the issues. I need to get that blue. We got it. Nice. Hello, Michael. Geo, how you doing? Minecraft soon, Doom. Might be difficult right now for me to get on, but I can try in a few weeks if you want. Will there be a Minecraft stream though? Probably, unless they bring out another Star Wars. Remember the Star Wars like mashup pack they did like a year ago or something? If they do another one of those, like a prequel one, we'll stream it again, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm good, Dr. Phil's buddy. How are you? How are you? Need to start with the Skywalker Saga questions. Anyone that doesn't play chronologically is insane. I wouldn't say that. Anyone has the option to play in what order they want, and as I was saying near the start, I think the originals and the prequels will be the most common, because the prequels is chronologically first and the originals is first in terms of what was made first. The sequels I can only see somebody starting with if they're like their absolute favourite, but even then I'd still see them starting with episodes 1 or 4. Like, the reason I'm starting with episode 1 is not because the prequels are my favourite, it's just because I want to play chronologically. Say the originals were my favourite, I would still start with episode 1. But I can see like maybe older fans who were born in 1977, they'd probably start with episode 4. Ever play Rocket League? I actually have that installed. I haven't played it in years. I was never like a big player, but I have played it. Lewis, how you doing? I bought all LEGO games, says Demon King, to get 100% except LEGO One Dimensions. I can't buy that, trying to get them 100% before the new game comes out. Well, I've been trying to do all the, well, I say trying, I've successfully done all the LEGO Star Wars games in time. We've 100%ed them actually numerous times. I think Clone Wars we've done twice, Force Awakens we've done once. This is like since I said on the channel I'm starting I'm gonna every live stream we're just gonna go through the games. So since then, which was about 2 years ago, we've done Clone Wars twice, Force Awakens once, and this will be Complete Saga third time, I believe. Pretty sure. And then that's not including all the other times I've 100%ed them in my life. Opinions on Book of Boba Fett finale. I mean, I don't know if I want to go spoilers, and obviously I want to try and keep it to Skywalker Saga, but I was a bit more of a fan of the episode beforehand, and I wasn't happy with if that certain character is dead, which I hope not, because they only just brought him back in, and then to have him die is ridiculous. I'll probably give more of an opinion of it like next week when I know most people have seen it, because I don't want to like be that guy who spoils it for someone. If you're new, guys, like and subscribe, and believe it or not, we have posted on FGG Clips, link at the top of the chat on the second channel. We've posted on that. There's also a video scheduled for tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe to that channel as well. I'm sorry I'm not rushing through this level, but I'm trying to get True Jedi. And this is, like, as I was saying in the start, the worst level I could have possibly gotten to read the chat with while playing it, because you can't take a break with these TIE fighters. I'm doing good in a nutshell. How are you? Will they have the full movie or just parts of it? I'm guessing it's a good question actually, because I don't actually feel I've ever been asked this. The game, at the end of the day, we know each level is going to be around 15 minutes long, and there's 5 levels per movie, obviously bonus levels as well. But even with that, most of the level is going to be you playing and not cutscenes, so it's going to be extremely short. And I would say cutscene length max per movie. Well, if you think about per level, actually, I would say cutscene max would be like 3 minutes, and it might be shorter than that. So you could be looking at around 15 minutes cutscene level per movie. Now that's an estimate, but the movies will be shortened in that degree, and scenes will be shortened as well. So, like for example, when you have Anakin versus Obi-Wan, you won't have the full dialogue. They'll skip over parts, so there'll probably be added parts, and obviously parts they don't say. I'm doing good. In a nutshell, how are you? How are you doing? So Tricky as well. Good to see you. Alright, I need, what are they called? The torpedoes. Why do you think there's no DLC levels? Honestly, I think one... I don't think it was... I'm not saying The Force Awakens got huge complaints, because it didn't. But I think DLC, I think there's a big difference between DLC characters and DLC levels. I feel like DLC levels restricts you that bit more, and although a lot of people are going to get the deluxe edition, there'll be a lot of people that maybe they just can't, for whatever reason, spend that extra money on it. And like I said, there's a big difference between being restricted in terms of levels and being restricted in terms of characters. I need to get through here. Where's the other set? I'm totally forgetting. Do I know how many vehicles will be in the game? I've got my vehicle list currently done actually, but I'm not posting it because obviously we're waiting on quite a few more vehicles, aren't we? There they are around there. We're waiting on quite a few more vehicles. So in terms of like next week at IGN FanFest, so that's why I'm waiting to post it. But I think I can't remember the exact amount. I had over 100, I believe. And I think the number was confirmed a while ago. I believe it's under 200, so it's like 100 and something, but I don't have the exact number off the top of my head. But out of the ones I've got on my list, which as I said, I'm not going to post because we've got IGN FanFest next week and we're going to get no doubt new vehicles in that. I had like 100, somewhere around that. Will the new LEGO Star Wars game have free play? Yep, free play actually, not that we needed it confirming because we pretty much saw it in the trailer, but in my latest video I talked about an interview with one of the developers, a new one where they actually spoke about free play, so free play's in the game, yeah. And are you going to do LEGO Star Wars 2? I also complete the original trilogy, yes, in this time period. I haven't done the video game, I did when I was a kid, but that is the only game that is not backwards compatible, I suppose you can understand to a degree, for Xbox, so I can't physically play the video game unless I play PC, which I know I could do, but I'm just not much of a PC player. I say much, I'm not a PC player at all. I really just don't enjoy it. How you doing, Cody? Good to see you. Hello there, Commander Fox as well. Which confirmed character am I most excited for? I always say General Grievous, because even though he's not one of my favourite Star Wars characters by any means, mechanics-wise, he's always, look at him in Battlefront, in any game he's in really, he's always the most unique. But in terms of like the character themselves, I'm hoping Ahsoka's in one of those Mando packs. I'm hoping she gets her Clone Wars look somehow in the game. But out of confirmed, Dooku is one of my favourites. Some of the lesser seen Jedi in the movies, but obviously they're more prominent in the Clone Wars, like Plo Koon, you know, he's confirmed. What else am I thinking of? I mean, IG-88, I used to love him in the old LEGO Star Wars games. He was like my favourite bounty hunter. There won't be a Book of Boba Fett DLC because you got to remember this game was originally supposed to come out in 2020, and back then, alright, Lucasfilm were probably getting together the Book of Boba Fett and everything like that. I mean, getting early designs for it and stuff, but TT Games wouldn't have had a clue, so it won't be. Again, we probably will get re-armoured re-armoured Boba Fett, and Boba Fett? How did I screw up his name twice? Twice in a matter of seconds, Boba Fett. We're probably going to get re-armoured Boba Fett and Fennec in the second Mandalorian pack, but don't be expecting like Chrysanthemum or... I mean, I can tell you Cad Bane, can't I? Because people know he's in there, so... Cad Bane, you could potentially expect him in the Bad Batch pack, but it depends on if this 6 character limit... No, it's 5 character limit. Yeah, it depends if this 5 character limit remains a thing. When's the release date for this game? April 5th. Trust me, I'm going to be so much better at answering questions after this level. This is like the worst level possible to start on. Bennett says, just a couple of months ago I 100%ed the complete saga. You're very proud. You should be. Even though we do it many times throughout our lives, and I'm sure we will continue to do it after the Skywalker Saga. We'll probably come back to this at some point. It's always a fun achievement. How you doing, Lewis? Trenton? Wait, is the level up? No, the level's not over. I was about to say, we've not blown it up. Gasper, how are you doing as well? I'm sorry if I've missed anyone. The poll, I've not minimised the poll. It's covering up half my chat. Vote in the poll though. Subscribe to the second channel because we've uploaded, believe it or not, and we're uploading tomorrow. It's already scheduled, so it's not a case of I say I'm going to and then I don't. Like it's ready to go. Today's clip was quite a popular one that people wanted me to post, which is when I paused on that incredible Yoda shot where he's balancing on his head. Okay. Evacuate in a moment of triumph. Famous last words. Should have evacuated Tarkin. Boss mode, how you doing? In the trailer, the Millennium Falcon has no radar. I heard something about this, but in the promotional image we got later on their social medias, I'm pretty sure it does. So either way, even if it didn't in the trailer, I think they'd fix that. There's more chance of them fixing that than the Madding clone pilots, which I really... Again, it's not game-breaking, but it's not game-breaking at all. It's very minor, and it shows how good this game actually is looking, but there's more chance of them adding the radar to the Falcon than there is them adding clone pilots. Dylan, how you doing? Remember to keep liking and subscribing, guys. If you're new, I would appreciate it. We've got IGN FanFest a week from now, where we're hopefully going to be getting some new info. Oh, this is going to get me... I got to talk as loud as possible over this music. Or we're going to get a nice, lovely... Not a strike, but a copyright claim. Great shot, kid. 1 in a million. 1 in a million. I just noticed General Dodonna is in the background there, isn't he? But he's not a playable character. I know there's many characters in this game that aren't playable characters, but they're in cutscenes. But I'm surprised they actually bothered to add him, and then he's not playable. Yeah, I don't think I ever noticed him there. Honestly, trying to come up with anything right now to just speak over the music. Right, good. I love how it mutes this music, but it doesn't mute the cutscene music. I am sure it will be, because we're in the era of streaming these days, but I hope in the next game it mutes all music. That's one part I'm not looking forward to about streaming this game. The only part, actually, is that I'll have to have music muted. That's the only part I'm not looking forward to. But we are on to episode 5. Oh, and we've got another vehicle level. Do I know how to get the second vehicles in this game? What second vehicle are we talking about? Yeah, Chewie gets a medal at one point, doesn't he? In 9. How will missions like Obi-Wan, Anakin, go on Mustafar work in multiplayer? Well, what's interesting is, because we saw it when we were breaking down the trailer, is that while Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting on Mustafar, and we're talking when they're in the actual like lava pit near the end of their duel in the movie, you can see C-3PO and R2 like very close to them, standing on other parts of like debris that's floating. So I just hope they're not going to incorporate those two into that mission, because I wouldn't mind it how it was back in the day with Anakin versus Obi-Wan. Player 1 is Anakin, player 2 is Obi-Wan, or vice versa. I hope it works like that. Because again, who are you going to have in the Palpatine versus Yoda fight? I know we joked a few years ago now about Bail Organa, but let's be real here. It's going to have to be player 1 Yoda, player 2 Palpatine. You can't have Bail Organa in that situation. They could get away with it a bit more in this game, because it's not as immersive, but this game is... I know it's a Lego game, but we don't want to be taken out of the moment. You've got like Sidious and Yoda destroying the Senate chamber, and then you got Bail Organa trying to jump and avoid death. Will Xbox Series X have 120 FPS mode? All we know, Jack, is that it's they've confirmed that each version of the game has been adjusted or modified for next-gen consoles. Now, to what degree, we just really don't know, because we've not seen it, but they have told us that the game will play, or has been, I'm not remembering the word in my head for some reason. Optimized, there's the word, optimized. The games have been confirmed to be optimized for next generation. To what degree? We don't know, because you got to remember this game, well, I say that when this game came out there was no next gen. They're actually, say the original date for this in October 2020 was true, it would have launched like a month before next gen. We can't get through there, thank God, because down there is so annoying. Let's just try and not crash here. This is going to be another fun one to play while trying to answer questions, of course. Right, should we just try and run past them all? Oh, they're going to crash into it. Okay, we're free. Put that in there. Lovely. I don't personally like this level either, and I think seeing this level actually in the trailer for Skywalker Saga, it just looks so nice. I mean, one of my favourite parts actually is how... I know people have talked about how they don't like how zoomed in the characters are, and I get that, but in terms of vehicles, I love how zoomed in the vehicles are, because they're... Look how far away that snow speeder is. That's one of the things I really don't like about vehicles in this game. Again, it's not a huge issue, but I'm glad that has been fixed in the latest installment. Assuming you've pre-ordered the deluxe edition, are all of the confirmed DLC packs available at launch? They're not all available at launch. The only one available at launch, as we know, is the Trooper character pack if you pre-order the game, or you pre-order the deluxe edition. Everyone else gets it a month later. Now, we do know they're coming separately. You'll also be able to buy them separately if you don't get the deluxe edition, but In terms of which ones would be coming first, I would think the fact that obviously we know the Trooper character pack, like I just said, but we also know what's in the classic character pack. So I would think because they've revealed that info to us, those 2 packs are in a more complete state and will be the first 2. So I think the classic character pack will be the next character pack to be added after the Trooper character pack. Wild guess, but that's what I'm thinking. Will I get physical or digital? I've pre-ordered digital. I've got a few people in America who want to try and help me get that, what is it, the North American like exclusive one with the Vader sleeve that comes on and off and you can see under his helmet. I want to try and get that, but for now just digital, because I'm not fussed about the Luke minifigure. Again, unless you're like a full-on Lego collector, and you want to get every single piece of merchandise, because I'd argue even if you're just a Lego collector not to bother with the physical edition, because that Luke minifigure is just Farm Boy Luke with blue milk around the face and a piece with a bantha printed on it, like a bantha, but it's really underwhelming and not a big issue because it's a deluxe edition of a Lego game, but it's really poor. I really wouldn't have sleepless nights about trying to get the Lego Luke with blue milk. Unless, like I said, you want every single Lego minifigure in existence, which I personally don't. There's quite a few I would like, quite a few I have, but Farm Boy Luke with blue milk, don't need it. Is LeBot going to be playable? Yeah, I think we've not seen him because he's not on my character list, but I would think so, yeah. I was actually looking out for him on the best pin shots from the latest trailer, just to make sure, because you'd think he'd be an obvious one that would make it into the trailer, but again, I'm glad not every character's in the trailer. It's nice to have some surprises. What do you think the customizer will be like? I hope it allows you to just... The only restrictions should be, like I always say, the logical restrictions, like mixing a Force Ghost body with the body of a normal character, and no mixing like a super battle droid with an astromech droid and stuff. Will droids even be able to be customized? We don't know yet, but in terms of your regular characters, you should just be able to combine everything. Like I said, with the obvious restrictions in place. I answered the Lobot one, didn't I? We don't know, but I would think he would be. Do you think we could see Palpatine's arrest? I do think we could see it, because in the trailer you see Palpatine's quarters in the Senate chamber where it takes place, so I doubt they would go and design that, only to not put it in there. Because currently my most hyped level that's confirmed is Yoda versus Palpatine, but that would easily be replaced with Windu versus Palpatine if they add it. Windu and the Jedi versus Palpatine, because obviously like all 4 of them to be in there. That's going to be my favourite level if they add that. Long overdue. What do I think of LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens? Played it for the second time not that long ago. We 100% completed it, and I much enjoyed it the second time round. As you would expect with a LEGO game that modern, it is mechanics-wise the best LEGO Star Wars game. I don't like the voice acting. I'm glad the voice acting is a feature, and I'm very satisfied with what we've got actually, that there's an option for mumbles and voices. But I think another reason I didn't like the voice acting in Force Awakens is because most of it's ripped from the movie, and they've got like a hybrid sometimes of like ripped from the movie and then recorded lines by someone else, and it doesn't flow. I think I'm gonna like the voice line feature a lot more in the Skywalker Saga. Will Zuckuss be playable? Again, we've not seen him, but I would expect all of the bounty hunters from episode 6 to be in that scene and to be in the game. Do you think Matt Lancer and James Allen Taylor will voice Anakin and Obi-Wan? Yeah, I do, and what further backs it up really is the Disney specials on Disney Plus, like the holiday special and the Terrifying Tales, the Lego ones, tend to use these same voice actors for that will be in this game out of the ones we know. So I think the fact that they did that, they'll be doing the Skywalker Saga. Not confirmed for either of them, but I doubt Hayden and Ewan are going to come back, especially with them obviously. They're probably busy doing the Kenobi show anyway, and that wouldn't have made much difference, even if they weren't doing the Kenobi show. There's my final ATST. It's just not here. Really? Where is it? Oh, okay. DGM, how you doing? Who are you most excited to play as other than the Gonk Droid? You just assume it's the Gonk Droid, don't you? I am most excited to play as Grievous because he's not my favorite. He's nowhere near my favorite Star Wars character. But in terms of game mechanics, he is going to be the most unique in the game. It's always going to be the case as long as General Grievous is in a Star Wars game in general. So it's General Grievous in terms of how unique he's going to be. Will Tarful be playable? Another one we haven't seen, but the fact that we've seen Chewie, the fact that we've seen regular Wookiees, and the fact that Tarful is prominent enough in Revenge of the Sith to be included in this game, I would definitely think so. We are not doing well on True Jedi this level, are we? I mean, I'm happy to just get through this level, to be honest. Welcome back, Darrell. Good to see you. After this level, because we've had 2 back-to-back vehicle levels, which is very hard to read the chat with, but after this level we can hopefully just get to questions a lot more. Like the Hoth level after this is just going to be really chill, where I can get to so many more questions. If you're new, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Vote in our poll as well at the top, and subscribe to the Clips channel, linked at the top of the chat, because believe it or not, I uploaded on it today, and I'll be uploading on it tomorrow too. It's already scheduled. Come on, come on, come on, quick. Yes. Welcome, Dan. Good to have you join us. Still no Mario confirmed for the game, I'm afraid. So I hate to be the guy who's to break the bad news. Hashtag chill level, yeah. Up next we've got a hashtag chill level, where I can actually just sit back, read the chat. Not like this where I'm constantly getting shot at every 5 seconds. Right, where's this pro droid? There it is. How involved / impactful do you think the hub worlds will be? Very, because they've got their own hub world levels. It's like negotiations from episode 1 is in the hub world. So I think they're going to be way more impactful. I mean, in the recent interview I discussed in my latest news update, they spoke about how they didn't want... I'm not saying word for word here because I can't remember word for word. But they were basically saying how they wanted... They didn't want the hub worlds and the actual levels to feel like 2 different things that are just completely disconnected. They wanted them to feel more the same, like you're playing the same game basically. And I would recommend checking out my latest video to obviously get the full quotes of that. But I think they're going to be much more impactful because they will relate a lot more to the story, which I think is great, because although I have no problems with the hub worlds feeling very different, they are 2 very detached things, aren't they? The hub worlds and the levels. So, yeah. Can somebody help me get this achievement on LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga? I need to play a level online. I would say yes right now, but it's probably not going to do my internet any favours, because I'm just getting away with 1080p, which obviously we crashed with last time. So I may try and help you with that if I can, because I had someone who could help me. I mean, anyone in the chat want to give Frost a favour? It's an annoying one to get if you don't have someone to play with online. Okay. Imagine a LEGO Star Wars game of the full Clone Wars series. I'd love it. That's like my dream. I know it's never going to happen. Unless like it's fan-made, and probably in that case, unfortunately, not as high quality. Not because fans don't make high quality stuff, but they'll never have the budget of Lucasfilm, will they? Yoda Starfighter confirmed? Not confirmed, and I know it's in Battlefront, but I wouldn't expect it in this game. I'm open to be proven wrong. There you go, Frost. Trenton said he can help you with the online achievement. Brilliant, we're helping people. Wonderful. Do you think we'll get crossover characters like Indiana Jones? Well, Indiana Jones won't be in there because LEGO do not currently have the rights to Indiana Jones, which I know is weird because they have the rights to Star Wars and Indiana Jones and Star Wars are both Lucasfilm properties, but they don't currently have the rights to it. So, yeah. In terms of other crossover characters, I don't like George Lucas, but he's not really a crossover character, is he? He's more the maker himself. Not much to destroy in this first room that I can destroy. I heard a rumour that there isn't any red bricks. That is true. Kyber bricks are a replacement for that. How do I feel about it? I know you didn't ask that, but I'm going to tell you anyway. How do I feel about it? I'm glad mini kits are in there. I'm glad mini kits stayed because I feel it doesn't actually surprise. It wouldn't have surprised me, sorry, if they got rid of mini kits. But I feel like mini kits are too iconic, and it's unfortunate about the red bricks. But the Kyber bricks replace them. The Kyber bricks look pretty cool, and at the end of the day, it's about offering a new experience, isn't it? So if everything stayed the same, we'd never move on. So a bit of the old with the mini kits, but a bit of the new with the Kyber bricks. Real life celebrities like J.J. Abrams. Well, J.J. Abrams was put in the game because he directed episode 7. I feel if they're going to go with characters or people from people who make stuff in the Star Wars universe, directors and executives, I feel like it's only going to be George this time. I wouldn't look if they want to start adding like Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams again. I know a lot of people are going to have opinions over that, but at the end of the day, I think there's a cut-off point. Like George Lucas on his own makes sense and would make him very unique. He's the creator, and if he was on his own, it would make that character more unique. Whereas if you start adding every person who's ever worked on Star Wars, like if J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy make it, you're going to have people saying, well, where's Rian Johnson, where's Dave Filoni, and the list never ends. So I think logically just keep it at George Lucas. There might be a Torn Wii Mini. I heard that, because you know what I'm excited about? Like, I'm very picky these days, Waldo, with what Lego sets I buy. Because I'd much rather like buy UCS sets, like save for ages and buy a UCS set, which I did with the AT-80, which is my first ever one. I'd much rather do it like that, because I'm fed up with all the mini play sets, which I feel aren't even, most of them aren't even well priced these days. But you know what I am looking forward to? Cad Bane's Justifier, if that's true. I will happily buy Cad Bane's Justifier. I heard about the Tarn Wii thing. I mean, I don't think I'd buy an actual set for Tarn Wii, but I will buy a set to get Cad Bane's Justifier. Justifier? Wait, no, that's not the name. Wait, is it the name of his ship? What's the name of Cad Bane's ship? Did I get it right or not? Let me know. I think I got it right. What will mini-kits make? We don't have confirmation on what they'll make yet, whether it'll be a character or a vehicle. I hope it's a character, personally. A bit like in LEGO Clone Wars, felt like it worked the best. How much do you think the most expensive thing in the game will cost? Well, it's either going to be a Force Ghost, isn't it? Or it's going to be a... it's going to be Invincibility. Now, Invincibility didn't make it into the Force Awakens game, so I think they got to bring it back for this game. But it's probably going to be like Luke or Leia Force Ghosts, isn't it? Because I feel like because they're the newest additions to the Force Ghost crew, they'll make them a lot more expensive than the others. How much will they be? No, I swear in the trailer, actually, in the extras tab, we got to see how much some of the extras were, and one was like ridiculously overpriced. I'm trying to remember what what extra that was off the top of my head. Will Forlorn be playable? Again, I would expect every bounty hunter from that scene in episode 6 to be playable. The only ones we've seen are Boss, IG-88, Boba, and then we've not seen Zuckuss, we've not seen Forlorn, and who's the other one? Dengar. Yeah, we've seen Dengar as well, actually, so we've seen 4 of the 6 of them. So I put up on this one here. Every stud counts. Studs times 10 will be the most expensive. Well, we know that's going to be in there. Will invincibility make it back? It's probably going to be studs times 10, or invincibility. Like, what would you say is better? Personally, I'd much rather have studs times 10 than invincibility if I had to pick one. The game will not have online co-op, but everyone is telling me in my comments on my latest video that Steam has a way to do it. So I suppose on PC you'll be able to, apparently so. But Xbox was screwed. PlayStation, I don't know. Can you guys do it? I don't think you can. Yeah, was it the Baguette lightsabers that was like 50 million? Because that seems ridiculous to me. Like, if that's 50... Maybe we're dealing with different types of prices now. Maybe you'll acquire studs at a higher rate, so like your average character would be 1 million, but I doubt that. But is that the one that said 50 million in the trailer? There was one that was ridiculously overpriced in the trailer, and I can't quite remember. You might be right. But either way, it feels bizarre to me that would be the case. Darrell, I can answer your question, yes. Will data cards be really rare and hard to get? Well, judging by the trailer and the fact that you can have a really expensive extra, and then in terms of data cards it will only cost 1, I think they'll be extremely difficult to get. Because you wouldn't have an extra that's like 3 million studs, for example, or 1 data card, and data cards be easy to get. So I'm going to take a wild guess and say I think they're going to be extremely, extremely difficult to come by. Steam has the shared screen thing, right? Well, there you go. You PC players are lucky, as always. Xbox, PlayStation were made to suffer. Remember to keep liking and subscribing, guys. Would appreciate it. I'm glad this stream's going well, also, because we're back to 1080p. It seems to be working. Make sure to vote in the poll at the top as well, and new upload today and tomorrow on the Clips channel, so check it out in the pinned comment. We don't have 4 of us, do we, here? I have a confession to make. You know when Mr. Bones was confirmed in a developer interview for Skywalker Saga? Until obviously researching, and I now know who Mr. Bones is, I thought it was just the skeleton character. There we go. I'm an idiot. Well, that is what I thought. PlayStation has the ability to do it too. Are you kidding me? So Xbox is the only one? That's not good. It's not good enough for Microsoft. I hope you're lying, but I don't think you are, because I think someone said this to me as well. I switched to Han because I swear he shoots faster. Yeah, he does. He's got to shoot faster. Like, he feels so much faster. Okay, let's get them off those cannons. Oh no, it's still going. Okay, we're safe. What do you think of the Book of Boba Fett finale? Well, I'm not going to go too much into it because I got asked earlier as well. Because I'm going to wait, and just in case there is the odd one who hasn't seen it, so I'll discuss it more probably next stream. But I don't think it was fantastic. It wasn't bad, but I just hope that character isn't actually dead. Not because characters aren't allowed to die, but because they only just brought him back. That probably, I hope that didn't spoil it in himself, did it? Spoil it in itself. Oh, could be anyone. I'm talking about the Rancor, okay? You gotta get every stud in this room. The Steam Remote Play is really hard to get working reliably, so I wouldn't be too upset you aren't missing out on much. Well, you know, the part where I feel we are missing out, though, and not missing out in comparison to PC, but missing out is because Complete Saga allows you to play with one person online on Xbox. And I've had some real fun playing it with people. And we have plans to play it together and just joke around on it. And, you know, if I can hopefully just get my internet working a bit better, have like a partner on stream. So while I'm reading the chat maybe and not playing, they can get stuff done. But no, that's not the case, is it? I can't play. Again, I said in my video, I'm not going to blame them or be as unhappy as I would be otherwise because of the development issues with this game, and I believe the developers, if they could have put it in there, would have. But it's I'm not going to try and act like it isn't unfortunate that we're not getting it, because I find it extremely unfortunate but understandable at the same time. The game is so expensive in your country. Steam also double the price of a $60 game, is it? I mean, what country are you in if it's expensive there? I mean, games are getting dearer, you know, we know that, and that's just how the world is. Things have to go up in price. Inflation is a thing, but that's why I know not. This is why I don't think they did DLC levels, because again, not everybody can get the deluxe edition, and I feel like being restricted in terms of what characters you can use is much better in terms of being restricted in terms of what levels you can use. We don't put this way, do we? No, we do, but we can't because got it through there. Can we have languages week in this game? Yes. How long have you been asking me that? Or have I just... or is it the first time? No, it's the first time. Okay. I think. So, oh, you're also telling me about Cad Bane's ship. So his one in the Bad Batch is called the Justifier, isn't it? So that's the one I really like. And apparently it's getting a Lego set this summer. Which I say want. As soon as it's up for pre-order, we're getting it. We're pre-ordering 7. No, we can't pre-order 7 of them. I wish. We're pre-ordering 1 at least. Only 1. 3PO, get on them. This is the part I hate because he never get. Oh, right. Wait, what button is it to make him? What button is it to like fling him off? Darth Rogers, how you doing? Good to see you. There we go. That was the first time. The way you tagged me so much, I thought I missed it, but apparently not. That's good. I'm happy. Will Kyberix give you buffs like the Red Bricks did? Well, the Red Bricks did different things in different games, but we don't know exactly what. Well, in terms of like what will the Kyberix do, we know what they do. They give you upgrades. We've seen it in the trailer. I'd say the bigger question is what will the mini kits might be characters, they might be extras. But in terms of the Kyberix, we know they're used to upgrade your classes. Used to watch me a couple of years ago. That was Battlefront 2, wasn't it? It would have been Battlefront 2. And here we are now. In another 2 years, I'll have no Star Wars game to cover. Or there will be, but I don't think ones that particularly interest me. I mean, Fallen Order, but that'll be amazing. We'll all play it and it'll be over. Oh dear, Han. Really? Wait, is that blue still there? I don't know if we lost it or not. As a console player, online multiplayer is a big disappointment. It is, and on my latest video I had mixed responses. Ended up actually changing the title of that video because people thought I was meaning another delay, which I am not prepared to go that far in terms of people thinking it's one thing and it not being. So yeah, but there was quite a mix of people saying, oh, it doesn't matter, and then other people saying, no, this is actually terrible. I was really looking forward to it. So I'm unhappy about it. It's not game breaking, it's unfortunate more than anything. Will we get a Botham spy? I wouldn't think so. It's not confirmed in any way, but I really wouldn't expect there to be. Is it possible to get all those buttons done in one? I'm going to have to go back to get the blues, but is it possible to get them all done in one sitting of that? I've seen videos of people downloading the game early for that library. Well, you can pre-download it and have it ready to play once it's available. So I've got the game downloaded. I can't play it because if you pre-order digitally, you can do that. So if that's what you mean, then yeah, that's legal. If people are getting their hands on the actual game, I mean, I doubt that because gameplay would have leaked and it would have been everywhere, and I've not seen anything. So if they've just pre-ordered the game and you install the version on your computer, that's actually perfectly legal, yeah. If that's what you mean, though. Sounds like Kyber bricks will work like Mithril bricks did. Well, I didn't play Lord of the Rings in the Hobbit game, but I'm sure they are based off something that's come before. It's usually the way. Will the younglings be playable? We don't know. It's a good question, actually. Will they be? I'm not sure. I wouldn't mind playing as the younglings. I just don't think we need a level where we kill them. I know everybody else seems to want one, but I don't really think it's that needed. Like, kids watch this channel, and you expect me to sit here and defend people wanting to a level where younglings get murdered? Surprisingly, you'd think the vast majority of my audience is kids because of Lego Star Wars. It's actually not. It's 18 to like what? Because it's done in like on your analytics. So if you're below 13, most kids who aren't 13 just make a YouTube account. They put 13 as their age, don't they? So I think it's like 13 to 17, and then the next one, which is like 18 to something, I think it's like 18 to 23. That's like the vast majority of my audience, which surprised me because I thought it'd mostly be kids with it being a Lego Star Wars game, but it's not. It's like the OG audience that were probably kids when this game came out, like myself. We seem to be making up the majority of people watching this channel, at least. I can't speak for others. But surprising. But not unwelcome, because it's nice to know I'm not the only OG fan. It's for a bounty hunter, isn't it? Too bad. Up Super's 22. Exactly. I'm not the only OG fan. It's nice to know. Because although I'm all for the next generation getting into Lego games, and you know the current Lego game that's about to come out will be their childhood. It's nice to have people who played this when they were a kid watching. Ah, we got Chewie here as well. Does Han shoot faster in this game? Because he really feels like it. But I don't know if that's actually just me or if that is the case. Do you think C-3PO will lose his limbs if he's shot? Yeah, I think they'll keep. I mean, maybe not, because he does work a bit differently now. Like he can split from his head and his body anyway. Or not his head and his body and his legs anyway. So it'll be interesting to see if every time he's shot he loses an arm or a leg. Should we get out of the way? This is why they tell me I'm a Wookiee abuser, because I'm always in the way. And I'm trying to just shoot something. Right, everyone's telling me their ages now. I mean, that wasn't the intention. What I was trying to say was a lot of people seem to be OG fans who watch it. But anyway. How you doing, Lucas? Good to see you. My first Lego game was Lego Star Wars the video game as well. That was mine. The very original. Remember Dexter's Dino on my PS2. It was the days. Those days will always be better than the current days. No matter how good the next Lego game is. And it will be better than the older games in terms of an actual game. But in terms of the nostalgia, this one's always going to win, isn't it? You turn 18 on April 5th. It's your birthday on the release day of LEGO Star Wars. It's probably going to be one of the best birthdays in existence, isn't it? Can we stand on these, I believe? No? I can't remember. No, I don't think. No, we do. Yeah. Come here. Stay stood on that. I'm trying to remember how you do these now. Any new question? I'm looking for questions. I'm not really seeing many. I know Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is the last of the series, but I'm pretty sure they're going to make Lego Marvel games. So we don't know Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is going to be the last. Let's bear in mind, right? We know that there probably won't be another Lego game for a while, but it's not to say it's going to be the last. I think there will be another one eventually, in like, you know, whenever, like 5 years or something like that. But there will be another one. Maybe 6 years, 7 years. I mean, if you look at the gap between them all, so... what is it? Video game was 2005, wasn't it? Then wasn't original trilogy 2006. And then, I might have got those two wrong to be fair, but then I know video game was 2008. Obviously Clone Wars was 2011, and then Force Awakens was 2016. So there's usually around a 5 to 6 year gap. Now that might be... I mean, it's like a 6 year gap this time, isn't it? So maybe in another 6 years they'll have like enough Mandalorian episodes, like Book of Boba episodes and all that to make a new Lego game on. I wouldn't say by any means that we'll be sat... Well, we won't be sat here, believe it or not, but 100 years from now I was going to say, when whoever's sat here, maybe some of us will be, you never know. But I don't think in 100 years time there's going to be no Lego Star Wars game that comes after the Skywalker Saga. I definitely think there'll be another one. It will just take time, that's all. More troopers come down there. Can't get that mini kit in story, yeah, because I gotta go, I think I remember, I gotta go up those stairs that if you fall off, you fall down the slippery slope, which is very annoying. So many snow troopers. Most maybe playable monsters like the Wampa. Well, Wampa's confirmed to be in there. And in an interview, one of the developers made it very clear that, or made it as clear as I could believe, that we'll get to play as the Wampa, probably in free play. I mean, there were bigger characters in free play in The Force Awakens, so I don't see why they'd go back on something like that. I'll play with mumbling firstly, and then probably voice acting. I'm more of a mumble guy, but the voice acting does seem kind of cool when you put Obi-Wan into perspective, and like Anakin and all those types of characters. Durrell, I'll have a look. What LEGO games do you think will come out after Skywalker? Well, as I say, guys, I'm more of like a Star Wars fan than a LEGO games fan. I love the LEGO Star Wars games. I don't really spend my time playing the other LEGO games, so I don't know what's next, and I won't be covering what's, unless it was a LEGO Star Wars game, which it's not going to be. I won't be covering the next LEGO game. So that's unfortunate for all the LEGO fans I've gained. For all the Star Wars fans I've gained. Yeah. Oh, it's another ship mission, isn't it? So many. How you doing, Timothy? Good to see you guys. We are 12 likes away from 100, so make sure to like. Subscribe to the second channel, linked at the top of the chat, and also vote in the poll as well. and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget this one. So we're apparently close to 43,000 now. I don't know how that's happened in a week. I had a look at my subscriber count today and it shot up quite significantly. Now, how long do you reckon you're going to be posting? Until I've completed the game, until I'm satisfied, because that's what it's about now for me in this channel now. It's about until I feel satisfied with what I've done after all these years of doing it, and once I'm satisfied with, once I've completed this game, I'm satisfied with every video I've posted, then I'll stop. So I can see it with this game. I would say obviously all of April, all of May, all of June, and then I think by the time we like July, I feel like a lot of us hardcore players are going to have the game completed by then. Now I could be wrong. I'd definitely say by August we'd be looking at, we'll all be looking at like, we're pretty much close, or as close as we can be by that point. It is, yeah. Do you remember the day? It's on Wednesday. I like to mention it because I can't take the fact that I'm getting older. I was 14 when I started this channel, so I try not to think about the age part now. Yeah, we've grown, I'm satisfied with the growth. You could argue it would have been nice to have got one amount, or it would have been nice to get another amount, but some people never end up getting anything, so I'll take whatever I can get. Are you doing the game Blitzwinger style? I know what that is, but I don't know what his style is, so what's his style? And then I'll know what you mean. Do you think the game will be an option to toggle between classic sound effects in the new game? In terms of classic sound effects, do you mean like, because I'm guessing you don't mean the mumbling, right? You mean like actual sound effects. I think a lot of them will just carry over, and then there'll obviously be new sounds as well. It's like the TIE Fighter sounds, they're not going to be different. It might be more crisp. Yep, correct. 16th, 4 days. Wonderful. Can't wait. Nick it. Why did I... So this is going to be another level where I screw up the True Jedi completely. You're getting the deluxe edition, I'm guessing you mean, Timothy? I mean, a good choice. I'd recommend anyone who can get the deluxe edition to get it. This is a comment I saw on one of the trailers for the Skywalker Saga. Let's be honest, this is what we all thought the graphics looked like back then, and that's true. It's like... this, I can tell this doesn't even look bad, to be honest. It just doesn't look as good as the new games do. But, this looked incredible back in the day. Like, the comment is true. Like, this game here, back in the day, looked how the Skywalker Saga looks now in our heads. I wouldn't argue with that statement whatsoever. Alright, we've got 2 torpedoes, and we got 2 of these to do. Lovely. I think we might get a Marvel game after Skywalker Saga because the other franchise has had at least 4 games. I think it'll be... look, if I was to predict, even though I probably would play the Lego Marvel game, to be fair, I'm just saying I won't be covering it on the channel, but I would guess Marvel, probably. Just because Marvel is more popular than Star Wars these days, by a mile, so it would make sense. The next Lego game would be a Lego Marvel game, wouldn't it? So crazy to think back then, Age came out, everyone thought the amazing graphics, but now the graphics are even better. And that's just how it'll be. There'll probably be a day when Skywalker Saga graphics like that. I mean, remember Battlefront, I know this isn't a LEGO game, but remember when Battlefront 1 came out, we all thought it looked incredible. And it still does, but you can tell it's aged a bit now, 7 years on. Would you agree? I think Battlefront 1, it looked jaw-dropping at the time, but I think it's aged quite significantly by this point. Like, especially Chewie. Chewie looks terrific. What were they thinking? Some torpedoes here. You pre-ordered Skywalker Saga, Sam. What edition? What edition did you pre-order? Let me know. It basically does Let's Plays or walkthroughs on game, including LEGO games. And it's a 30-minute video. Well, I won't be doing any. So to be clear, I've said this before, but you may not have heard. I won't be doing Let's Play videos. All of the time I do Let's Plays will be on stream because I think it's more fun. And I think Let's Play videos, they're not my thing. I know a lot of people like them, that's fine. But I'd rather do it on stream where we can interact and stuff. Do you think you'll be able to individually control each of the Falcon's guns? I don't think so, no. I think you'll just have the basic controls. I'm open to be proven wrong again, as always, but I don't think I will be. You got Deluxe, good choice. Good choice. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. We're 5 likes off 100, so let's get it. Really need some torpedoes right now. Really need some torpedoes. This is just a mission I do not enjoy. Because of all the backwards and forwards. No torpedoes off that, so we're going to have to physically... Oh dear. The true Jedi is looking diabolical this level as well. You think we will get levels for Rogue One? There's confirmed to be no levels for Rogue One. There will just be characters. So do not be getting your hopes up for any levels, they've confirmed that. Right, we got 2 there, but I'm going to lose them. So we're back to 1. We're going through with 2 and we're going to come back for the rest. Do I stream every Saturday? No, I actually stream every Sunday, but I can't make tomorrow. So that's why I'm streaming today, but so the next stream will be Saturday, because the reason I didn't just decide to not stream this week is because next week is IGM Fest, where we are confirmed to be getting LEGO Star Wars news next Saturday. So next weekend I should be streaming Saturday and Sunday, which will be fun. Won't it? I'm on the fence as to pre-order the deluxe edition or wait until I can get the game for less. I mean, if you're not, let's say, urgently waiting to play the game, get it in your own time. But so I think the majority who just can't wait to play, I'd say pre-order it now if you can. This is actually a mission that makes me appreciate how good of an extra Infinite Torpedoes is. You think Infinite Torpedoes, like, it's not one that gets spoken about much, but it's such an important one. It is incredibly important. Am I going to be doing guides? I might do. I've thought about it. Depends how quickly I can find this stuff, you know, just because I have a channel on the game doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be like the quickest to find things. Could be a guy with like 5 subscribers who ends up being like the quickest to find the mini kits and stuff, and he gets it up before anyone. So it depends really, and not having multiplayer doesn't help because having 2 people looking on the same level would have been brilliant, but obviously we don't have that luxury, unfortunately. That one there, and then fire. Oh no, I died again. I think there'll be a Battlefront 3 now, not for a long time. There will be one eventually, but not for many years. I might be in my 50s by that point. 150s, the rate of EA. Have you ever considered branching out? No, and I don't really plan to now. Because I built this on Star Wars gaming, and that's where I'm happy uploading. I just cover the Star Wars games that I want to cover, so I have no interest in covering like Hunters and what else is that? There's like another one right now, isn't there? Hunters and what's the other one? I think there's another Star Wars game right now, but that's pretty much the reason I can't remember is because I don't care about whatever game it is. I just cover the Star Wars games I like, which right now is only the Skywalker Saga. There's not another current Star Wars game that I actually care about, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. I mean, when Battlefront was out, it was like it wasn't like I cared about many Star Wars games. I kind of just cared about that. How many more torpedoes do we need to get rid of this big asteroid? We are 1 like off 100, guys, so let's get it. The torpedoes also disappear so quickly. That's another reason that infinite torpedoes is slowly becoming my favourite extra ever. There's just no torpedoes anywhere. My studs at this level, I do not like it. I really do not like this level. It's one of my least favourites. Are we still not done? I better hit it. Least favourite level in the complete saga? Probably this one. Because of how repetitive. I'm not just saying that because I'm on it. Because I've played a lot of the vehicle missions by this point of the game, and none are as bad as this. Like the constant backwards and forwards, the torpedoes, they're like you're dying all the time, the torpedoes disappear so quickly, these rocks just, oh they're not even rocks, they're bombs aren't they, they just explode even when you're not that close to them and kill you. Look, I'll get this torpedo now, and I'll just, I'll die, because one of those is in the way. And look, it's disappearing before you can even get to it. There's one. So this is my least favourite level. And the side I need to get is all the way over there. I'm just going to try and survive here until it turns the right way, as it doesn't seem to be hitting when it's not facing the right way. Thanks for getting 100th like, Bennett. I appreciate it. Just need it to turn the right way. Oh god, this asteroid. I might be able to hit it. Yep. That should hit it. Please. That didn't hit it. That didn't hit it. Oh my god. This is my least favourite level in the complete saga by a country mile. And it makes me question why infinite torpedoes is not a more talked about extra, actually. Hello Star Wars clan. Good to see you. I'm holding in my anger right now with this level. It's actually really, oh look, a torpedo. Right, is it gonna hit it though? Because it doesn't seem, even though it's on the other side, usually it hits, but Doesn't seem to want to hit for me today. Nope. Didn't hit again. Yeah, I hate this level. I'm considering using the invincibility cheat code right now. Because the side I need doesn't want to fit. Oh wait, there it is, it's up there. Oh, I just saw it. I think I was too late. Oh god, I think I was too late. There goes my torpedo again. See, it should technically hit it, but it won't. There we go. It should have technically hit it a few times, but it didn't want to. That makes gunship cavalry seem like a walk in the park. Honestly, I'm relieved. I'm absolutely relieved to be off that. I mean, the Hoth battle is better compared to that, isn't it? And there's Boba. I wish we were getting that classic Boba in the classic character pack, but it's based off the 40th anniversary figures, isn't it? So that explains why not. Do I want to continue story? I don't know. Remember to keep liking and subscribing, guys, if you're new. Would you rather have a DLC pack for Fallen Order or The Force Unleashed? For Fallen Order, because I like it more. Force Unleashed wasn't really for me. Right, let's actually get back to some questions now. Would you rather... read that one. Ship levels in the Clone Wars were better, I agree actually. I love the landing and then getting back into your ship and landing again. Really fun. So I would agree with you on that one. LEGO games will never have online multiplayer. This one did on Xbox. Alright, it was just for 2 people, but it was technically online. Maybe the game glitched. It was being a bit glitchy then, but look, we're past the level now, so we'll worry about it the next time we come to that level. I'll be making sure that apart from one of the coin multipliers, the first thing I buy is infinite torpedoes, and I will never speak bad. I never really spoke badly about it. I just never really cared for infinite torpedoes, but now I understand. And I'm questioning why it is not one of the most talked about extras. We're gonna go through with Dagobah. I was thinking of stopping, but no, because we've only been going an hour. It felt like we've been going longer, to be fair. But we're gonna stick on this for a bit. Remember to like and subscribe, guys, if you're new. And subscribe to the second channel at the top, because we are uploading on it again. We uploaded today, and there's a clip on there tomorrow too that's scheduled. And vote in the poll, which I'm going to check actually. The poll is: which trilogy will you start with in LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga? 500 votes. 74% say the prequels, 19% the originals, and 7% the sequels. I was expecting a bit more for the originals, admittedly, but I think the vast majority, as it says there, are going to want to start chronologically. You love the classic Boba. I do actually prefer the newer one. I'm just saying it would be nice to have the classic Boba. Can you not destroy this one? Interesting. Destroy this though. Okay, wonderful. I wonder if the bats will return in the next game as the enemy of the mission, and the big snakes. I mean, there's that lizard, isn't there, in the trailer, but that's about it. There's the, yeah, I see the snake. LQ, welcome to the stream. Ian says, will there be online co-op? There's no online co-op. I mean, people say there's a feature on Steam that you can use to play online, but nothing for us consoles. And that's not an official game feature to play it online on PC. That's something Steam offers. Here's the wonderful snake. We've killed the snake. Do you think the Razor Crest being in the base game is a sign other characters or other ships from the other movies will be in the base game? Well, it's from a Lego set, the code for it, and again, I mean, we've got Mr. Bones in the game, who's a modified B1 battle droid from one of the Aftermath books, I believe. So I think there's a chance, you know, we may get some like those characters and stuff, but the vast majority, if we're talking about what's not in the character packs, is going to be from the Skywalker Saga. That is the focus of this game. I mean, I think the main reason the Razor Crest has been given a code is because Mando's obviously going to be in the character packs, and it would be weird having Mando without a ship, even though now it's even weirder because he's not even got the Razor Crest anymore, has he? So that makes it even more strange, but it is what it is. No, we don't go down there, we just fly across. Silly move. Will there be screen sharing co-op? Apparently you can do that on Steam, but not for Xbox and PlayStation. Maybe you guys have a feature, but I wouldn't know. Luke, did you really just jump in and lose me? Like, how many blues there? So the screen sharing on PlayStation as well. I suppose it's not official features. Is it glitchy, this stuff, or does it actually work really well? So if it works really well, that's actually even more unfortunate for the Xbox players like myself. There's Yoda's hut. Do you think Baba Frick's confirmed? He's in the. You even see him in the trailer. Surprisingly, Baba Frick isn't a companion character from what we've heard and seen. He's actually on his own, which is cool because a companion character sounds cool, but at the same time, I can't be the only one who didn't want to play as who wanted to play as Grogu on his own. Here's another one I wish was in the classic character pack, Yoda. Because we might get his death noise in the game, considering TT Games retweeted that petition near the announcement of the game for his death noise. And his death noise will be cool with the current Yoda, but it'd be the icing on the cake if it was classic Yoda. Now Luke can use the Force, well, kind of. Like a Bantha. Banthas are in the game. Hey, that's good, isn't it? I'm very glad Banthas are in the game. Because now we can have... it's even more funny now, isn't it, when Lego posted that picture of Boba. Oh, sorry, that video of Boba with Daniel Logan's voice, but there was a Bantha behind him. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. All the bats. The deadly bats. How do you even turn Baba Frick into a Lego minifigure? Well, he's got his own unique mold, which I suppose they do now with certain characters, don't they? Which they kind of have to do, to be honest. Which I like. You know, Dio has one, doesn't he? I know he's a droid, but still counts. Baby Yoda, because even the small Lego mold, is too big for Baby Yoda. Oh, Grogu. Oh, why am I calling him Baby Yoda? Like that's what the casual fans call him. Grogu. Oh, the bats. These bloody bats, man. These bloody bats. Yeah, Babu Frick's like tiny Groot. I've seen the Groot. And I suppose, are they like similar size as well? I know they're different universes, but they're like a similar size, aren't they? So, makes sense. But yeah, Babu Frick's in the new 6-minute trailer for Skywalker Saga, so if you missed him, check it out. I always like when someone asks, is someone in the game, and I can just tell them, yeah, they're in the trailer. It's much better than having to say to them, no, we don't know yet. I like just being able to say yes. One thing no one asks now, though, I take it because you've all watched the short, is I used to get questions all the time about cheat codes. So I said I'm actually going to make a short, so I don't have to keep telling you all, I can just direct you to the video. No one's asked since, but I take it because you've all seen the short. Or not, I don't know. Taking damage here, but I can't move. And, you know, if Yoda jumps off my back, he flies all the way back over there, and it's a nightmare. Do I think Iden Versio will be in the game? No, but I think you'll be able to make... There's so many characters that, provided the customizer is in there, you'll probably have no trouble making. It's like if Cad Bane makes it into the game via like the Bad Batch pack or something, or maybe he's just in the base game, you'll have no problem making Indiana Jones, guys, I can assure you of that. Well, you know, I had to force them both. Never mind. Right, Luke, come here. Yoda, get on my back. I don't remember how you do this. Like the best order to do it. Yeah, Roshar is one of the codes. That's correct. Yeah. I can't. Which one's Roshar again? Like, check my short, because all 5 of the codes I included in that. But no one asks me now what the codes are, so I take it because you've all watched that. So I can't remember the code. Well, I can remember the codes. Let's see. Actually, let's see how many I can remember. So, Razor Crest is Avala 7. Palpatine is Sidious. The Resistance Transport is Shuttle, and then the other 2 are Life Day and Roshar. I think Life Day is the Gonk Droid, and Roshar is... I hope I'm saying Roshar right, but Roshar is the Holiday Vader. I think I actually got that 100% right, as you would expect, with the fact that I'm always like looking at this stuff and having to remember it. I think it's important that I'm remembering it all. Mr. Stud. Roshar is, yeah, for Festive Darth Vader, and then Life Day is for the Holiday Gonk Droid. So watch the short. If you've not, note them down. And it saves me having to remember all the time, even though I think they're engraved in my brain at this point. Like a lot of the info for this game is actually. Life Day's Vader, are you sure? I think Life Day's the Gonk Droid. It doesn't matter anyway which one's which, because you're gonna enter it, you're gonna unlock one, so you're gonna know that the other one is the one you've not got. So it really doesn't matter which one's which, to be honest. Of how Luke is now in here, even though he couldn't fit through the door 2 seconds ago. take advantage of this double score zone here. Hello Michael, good to see you. How are you doing? What trilogy am I going to start with? Prequels. It's got to be, not just because they're my favourites, but because it's chronological. You know, if the sequels were first, I'd start with the sequels, but they're called the sequels for a reason. The originals, look, I get why someone would start with them if they're going off what was created first, but I want to go chronologically. Seems like the vast majority of you do as well. Which each to their own, obviously. If you want to start with the sequels, start with the sequels. You want to start, you might want to spice it up completely. You might want to start off with episode 5, then jump to episode 8, and then go into episode 2. You just don't know what people have up their sleeve. Life Days for Vader. Okay, I got them mixed up. Doesn't matter. Because like I said, you're going to enter them both, and it's not going to matter anyway. Because you'll just enter the other one knowing, right, I'm going to unlock the character who I didn't get that time round. You fell asleep for 30 minutes. Has it been that long? Wondered where you'd gone, actually. Don't think you've missed anything. Who's my favourite YouTuber? Don't really have a favourite these days. There's YouTubers I like on different topics of things and stuff, but I don't know if I'd have to think about that. R2, can you get up? Do you think there will be ghost characters? Well, Obi-Wan Force Ghost is in the trailers, and I would highly expect him to be playable, and I think the rest of the characters, the Force Ghost, will be playable. Will we get a character like Qui-Gon Jinn? I hope so, but I could see him not making it. In terms of his Force Ghost, I'm saying, by the way, I could see him not making it. Because we don't really... I mean, we saw his Force Ghost in the Force Awakens game cutscene, but he's not in the movie, is he? So I think we'll get Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Luke and Leia. I don't think we'll get Ben Solo, because even though he disappears, we don't see his ghost, so... yeah. Oh, the bats are coming at full force. Whilst watching the complete saga is nostalgic. I mean, it's the elite. I still prefer the Clone Wars game, but this is still the elite in terms of nostalgia. I love the echoing in this this part. You can just hear R2 beeping with such an echo. April 5th will be a great day. It's going to be really fun. I can't wait. You know, February is a shorter month. It's not a leap year this year, so we got a 28-day month. And then I suppose March is going to be the real pain, isn't it? But at the same time, I'm sure we'll get some nice screenshots and even more promotion as we get more into March. So yeah, it'll still be a pretty, probably a frustrating month, because February just goes through so quick, like I said, because it's such a short month in comparison to the others. But I hope things just go as quickly as they can. But it's so nice that one of the things I'm really happy about, because I remember doing so many polls about what month will this game come out, and May always won, and June would get a significant amount of votes. And I think to just be getting the game so early in the year, they're not dragging it out. And I know you could argue they've already dragged out the release for so many years, but just the fact that it's not getting dragged out is brilliant. Right, here is not Darth Vader. I don't think they will have invincibility because the game is supposed to be harder. Well, they didn't have invincibility in Force Awakens. So the question is, are they going to bring it back? We just don't know. Get up there, Yoda, quick before this runs out. Will you play 2 times 1? Well, I'll probably play more than 2 times in general, but my plan is to go Mumbles first time, voice lines second. But that may, even though Mumbles are my favourite, that may change. I may just want to go voice lines to like hear who's voice acting and stuff first. So I'm saying Mumbles first, but that may change. But I do want to try both. But I do want to try it once with voice lines and once with Mumbles. Can you see me, Rena? Can he follow us down here? No, he can't. He's stuck in this little area. I think this game will live up to the hype and possibly do better. Possibly. I mean, I always said when people were saying like the hype's dead and like no one cares in my comments, I was saying to them like, that's going to completely change, you realise, once we get a trailer for this game. And it is as if, and I'm glad this is the case by the way, that so many people have forgotten the years of waiting and the silence. And it's nice now to just look back on that as that time has gone. And because, before you know it, we're sat here now playing this game. And before you know it, we'll have had the next game, we'll have had the Skywalker Saga, and we'll have completed it, and you'll be thinking all these months of waiting, that's it now, it's all done. So it's nice to be gone with kind of the worser part, where we were just getting nothing and nothing for like 2 and a bit years straight, and that's finally over with now. Because like I say, before you know it, the Skywalker Saga is going to be over in terms of you'll have played it once, and of course you'll want to play it again, but that first time enjoyment and all the questions of will it have this, will it have that, you'll have them all answered. Mumble mode is a free extra, it's looking that way. I mean, I would be extremely disappointed if Mumble mode was an extra that you had to spend studs on, because then you wouldn't be able to start any new save with it. So I think it's, judging by the trailer, I think it's free. I would think so. It'd be so pointless of them spending all that time on it to make it, to say like, okay, 5 million studs, or you're not using it. Imagine, that would be so tragic. Matt Edge, welcome. Super, you say you're going to play through, you're going to do 2 playthroughs, both with Mumble and regular. I think that's going to be common. I mean, we'll probably end up playing this game more than just once or twice in its entirety. We'll probably come back to it in like 10 years' time and play it again like we do with this game. I think the amount of studs we've got this level has definitely made up for the lack of what we've had in the last few. All the ship levels and stuff. It's in the extra section, but I don't think you're going to have to pay. It would make no sense if you had to pay for Mumble mode. Like, there's got, look, extras in here. It'll be a bit like adaptive difficulty. I think, judging by what we've seen, it'll be like, look how I didn't have to buy adaptive difficulty. I think it'll be like that, it's just there from the start to turn on or off. I've already pre-ordered the game. Which edition, Kieran? Which edition? Remember to keep liking and subscribing, guys. I would appreciate it. Subscribe to the second channel at the top as well, linked at the top of the chat, and vote in today's poll. We do stream every Sunday, but I can't make tomorrow, so we're streaming today, because next Saturday is IGN FanFest, where we have got confirmed news for this game to be there. Is it going to be a trailer? Is it going to be gameplay? We don't really know. I don't think it's going to be a trailer, personally, but I'm down for a gameplay demo. I'd be really down for a gameplay demo, actually. A Battle of Scarif mission would be brilliant, but it's not going to happen. We're not getting missions from Rogue One. They've confirmed that. It's unfortunate, but it is, you know, at the end of the day, this is the Skywalker Saga. That is the focus. I mean, I think we should be lucky anyway to just know we're getting content from Rogue One, Solo, Mandalorian, which is going to go down very well with a lot of people because of the popularity of that show. I love your streams and vids. Thank you, Duran. I appreciate it. I'm glad to see a few of the videos. Like I said, I think last week, they're doing a lot. They're doing too much better than I expected. I suppose nothing is ever too much, but they're doing quite significantly better than I expected. Some of them, and some obviously don't. But it's just nice to know after all the years of waiting with this game that people are interested. Rogue One could be a DLC. It's getting a character pack and that's it. It's the I can't speak it now. That's how you know I've been streaming for too long. But the developers have confirmed that it's not getting any. There's no DLC levels. The shots that look like it from the trailer with like Darth Vader in the hallway are confirmed to be from A New Hope. Open that door, R2. I'm pretty sure you can't force this up with Luke, can you? It has to be with Yoda, and we're going to keep it like that anyway, to be accurate. Lego Star Wars The Mandalorian / Book of Boba Fett would be lit. Well, I mean, add in like the Ahsoka show to that as well, and like the one about the New Republic, because we know that universe is set in the same time period. Or those stories are set in the same time period as Star Wars. A few years from now, like 6-7 years from now, you could have a really cool Lego Star Wars game on your hands there. When will I stream next? Well, we will be back to Sunday streams, but next Saturday we will be live with IGN FanFest, where we're getting confirmed news for Skywalker Saga, so next Saturday join us for the live reaction, as I'm sure a lot of people are going to be streaming it, so if you end up coming here I will appreciate it. We got 1.1 million. We're saving because I want one of those multipliers, so as soon as I've done everything in the story I can just get like times 4 times 6 and then get everything a lot easier. Why are all hallway scenes in Star Wars the best? Well, they are, to be fair. I'm trying to think of a bad one, but I don't think I can. Something about Star Wars and hallways, clearly. Oh, I didn't mean to click off that. Gold bricks. I mean, I could buy these. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy these. Still, my studs quite significantly down, but I don't mind. Is there any? I may just get a few, because we've still got the rest of episode 5 and episode 6 to do, so we should be comfortably back on a mill by then. Super lightsabers. Yeah, we'll stick with that for now. The glimpses of Rogue One we've seen in the trailer, Harry, are confirmed by the developers to be shots from Rogue One. So from The New Hope, sorry. But that's where we're going to leave it, guys. I'll see you on Saturday for IGN FanFest. Make sure you tune in. Appreciate you all watching. If you have enjoyed, like and subscribe. And I'll see you on Saturday. I don't know if there'll be any more videos out between now and then, because we did get a new image on the social medias of, I didn't even mention that tonight actually, of 3PO and R2 on Tatooine. Nothing huge, and I'm not going to make a video just for that, because at this point we've moved on to much bigger pieces of news that would just be a letdown of a video for me to make. So we're going to wait till we get a bit more, which I don't know if we're going to get this week for IGN FanFest. But thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all on Saturday, where we've got even more news coming.